Hey, what is up, you guys? It is your boy Insanian, and welcome back to this brand new reaction video. So, in my Attack on Titan reaction video, my latest one, I mentioned that I want my mom to react to anime, right? Because my mom has not seen an anime ever. Could you explain a little bit what type of cartoons you have watched growing up as a kid, perhaps?
No.
No?
Then they'll know my age.
Alright. Anyways, yeah, my mom is not that known with anime. Of course, it could perhaps be from a different generation because new anime are also more popular and such. We know 80s anime as well. I'm just gonna show like a mix and variations of classic anime and popular anime. From what genre doesn't matter, from what time doesn't matter. We're just gonna see her opinion on it, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. You can perhaps focus on the soundtrack and the animation itself, right? But like I said, my mom has watched some cartoons, but not anime. This is just gonna be anime openings. Before we start, please make sure to follow me on my Instagram, Insanian_. Why? Because you can also fill your applications there. The mighty M's besides my comments section. If I don't look at my comments, and like I always tell you guys, the more people tell me react to this, the more likely that your boy will. So, without me jibber jabbing aside, this is going to be the first one, Attack on Titan, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, the most popular anime out there at the moment.
Attack on Time?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Yes. And I can explain what it's about after you see the opening. So, if you're ready, then I'm ready as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. That's the type of brother. The lyrics also very profound. Colossal title. What are your first words? How can you describe something like this?
Epic.
Exactly! That was exactly what I was thinking about! Epic? Yes.
Epic. Grandiose. Amazing orchestration. Amazing variation of rhythms.
Yeah.
You have a whole orchestra there. It's very classic. A lot of obviously classical instruments also. It's just a whole orchestra there, you know, with brass instruments, with string instruments. I mean, it's just the whole bombastic sound.
Mm-hmm.
Just pretty much, I mean, I to tell you the truth, I was just really trying to listen. The volume was a little bit low.
Yeah.
So I was trying to focus on the music. Yep. And the animation. I would have to watch it a second time to really say something about the animation. All I can say is that the animation was amazing too, and it was going really fast. Also, all the showing a lot of things. So it's just, it's really playing around with all your senses. You know, your listening, your visual, your audio. It's just too much to take in.
That's true.
In one go.
That's true. I understand that. As your first time watching it, you will not be able to catch everything, so it goes for the rest of it. But I find it surprising that you say epic. because that's the first thing that comes to people's mind, or at least my mind as well. But this is currently, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, like I said, the most popular anime out there at the moment, because the storyline and everything about it is so incredibly good. Once you really get involved with it or in it, then you'll understand, right? Basically, it's like a Titan right here. You have types of Titan. This is the most popular one, Colossal Titan, more than 30 meters tall. They eat humans, and I guess soldiers, as you can say. These people are there to stop the Titans before the world and the people die.
Right.
Before humanity dies.
Before the world ends.
Before the world ends, yes. It's very epic, to say the least. This
is less epic.
No, definitely not. Definitely. I mean, well, it's hard to top Attack on Titan's opening, right? But this is probably the most classic, arguably the most classic anime opening out there. Neon Genesis, very classic anime opening. I don't know anybody who hates this opening. You have people who hate or dislike a certain type of anime opening, but this is one that nobody can hate. All I'm saying, because it's so classic.
It does, and it's interesting. I mean, the name is Evangelion. It's almost, I thought, okay, is there anything religious going on here? But this is soothing compared with the first one.
That's true.
The other one was bombastic, and this is just, it's one voice to begin with, right? So there's a build up.
Yeah.
She's singing, and then afterwards there's a chorus in the background, and it seems like they're introducing the different characters. So it's visually also it's much simpler than the first one. You know, it's clear. I can follow it. You know, I'm not going everywhere with my eyes and my ears to understand what's going on. This is just straightforward.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. Agreeable. But you like this anime opening? It's nice.
I do. Yeah.
All right. That was Neon Genesis. Speaking of soothing, you have two anime openings. This is my favorite anime of all time, Death Note. Is what from the shirt that I got of Ryuk. Anyways.
Death Note. Oh wow.
It's such a good anime. It's one of the most popular ones. Probably like the second or third most popular anime. Most beloved anime. People like the opening 1 the most, but I prefer opening 2. I personally do not think people appreciate the metal that much. I think it's dope as fuck, and it's entirely different from all anime openings. So, hear your opinion. That's Ryuk, God of Death.
I don't feel like going headbanging, you know?
That's L. Light. Main character. Villain. Evil as fuck. Mild. No, it's incredibly dark, but it's so good.
My adjective is intense.
It's so
intense.
good.
It's intense, but it's like contrasting music. This is screamo. It's okay. It's metal, but there's a lot of screaming. So for me, this is screamo.
Yes.
I like metal and rock, and but I don't like this sort of vocals. But very, very intense. Whereas the cartoon is just sort of, or cartoon. I'm sorry, anime. Oh, God.
anime.
I'm making it worse.
Shotgun, yeah. No, alright.
Anime is just a little bit dark. You see these, the characters a little bit emos, sort of not gothic looking, but
I get you.
you know what am I saying a lot of BS here? Oops.
It doesn't matter.
But okay, contrasting. I just thought that the music was a strange combination of this type of music with the cartoons that I saw.
Yeah, but that's because you have 2 seasons with Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
The entire show contains 37 episodes, and at the second season, it gets totally chaotic and it gets totally downhill. I actually
I see. So I should have maybe seen the first one first.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Right? Am I going to see the first one now?
Yeah, fuck it, because the first one is entirely different.
But is it in the group of things that you're showing me?
No, it wasn't initially, but you have to understand the second one. But first, you have to see the first one to understand the second one.
Okay.
Because the first one is pretty mild.
Okay.
And the second one is when the show actually gets really chaotic and really fucked up. So that's why the opening matches the rest of the episodes.
I see. So I missed out in the message here.
Yes. You see, this is the first one. It's entirely different. But it's so original. Light Yagami. See, that's Ryu. He basically has a god complex. You see that Death Note?
Yeah.
Basically, like, the premise of this anime is once you write down a name of a person, the person dies. Very original.
Okay.
Very original.
All right. I can see. And I mean, this is also this I can deal with. This type of
course, it's
of music. It's it's rock. It's. I mean, it's sort of. Would you say it's not really heavy metal? It's more. It's
not quite heavy metal.
No, it's not. With light heavy metal or rock and row. No.
Kind of.
Yeah, somewhere in between.
Kind of. Anyways, now we're moving on to something entirely different. This is Tokyo Ghoul. Gal. Still don't know how to pronounce it, guys. Let me know down in the comment section. Curious to see your reaction on this opening. One of the most popular anime openings out there. My opinion, one of the most beautiful ones as well. And a very original anime. So, check it out.
Check out this summer's hot show.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've been talking about only music up to now, and not much about the visuals.
Yeah.
Because I am more into music, I have to say. But for some reason, these visuals caught my eye.
Of course.
More than the other visuals.
Yes.
And I can't explain why. I cannot explain why.
Because
transitions of one thing, I don't know.
Where it really gets intense was at the breakdown right here, because there was like a build-up, and then it broke down. Lyrics are also very nice.
Yeah, the lyrics I can talk about. I mean, there was also a build-up. The guy or the girl, it's a guy, I guess.
Yes.
You know, starting with a small voice, and just the voice, you know, suddenly he just emerges, yeah, and then this voice just is. He doesn't have a huge voice, but yeah. So there's something going on in terms of music, and I guess that the visual also just follows that.
This is one of the best anime openings in my opinion, because it starts off pretty mild, right?
Yeah, like his voice. With his voice.
I guess the delivery in his vocals as well.
Thank you very much. Very nicely said. Delivery in his vocals. Right.
But what makes it so good as well is usually
I like that. Like
it's like shattered glass.
Like shattered glass, and then the face behind the shattered glass. I guess that's sort of what caught my attention.
There's some transparency, and then they'll showcase like some characters from the show.
Right.
It's geniusly done. It's in my opinion, a beautiful anime.
Yeah, beautiful, incredible visuals.
Yeah. So, you like that one?
I like that one, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, in terms of visuals, I think it's the one I like the most up to now.
Alright. This One Punch Man, one of the funniest anime in my opinion, and a lot of people who don't watch anime find this an easy anime to watch, or one of the easiest anime to watch for non-anime watchers. I think this anime is dope as hell. Because the character is very dry, but let's check out the intro.
One Punch Man.
Saitama, main character, can destroy people with one punch. Monsters and such. Yeah, that's dope as hell.
Let me ask you: is he a superhero? Is he a good guy?
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. Basically, you do have animes where you have like a villain as a main protagonist. Give it an example: Death Note, what I mentioned.
Right. I think yeah. Did you say it now that he was? Oh no.
Yeah. So basically, Saitama from One Punch Man, he's a good guy.
Right.
But he's dry as fuck. You can see it just. If you watch the anime, he has zero hesitation, and basically with his pink destroys like the most gigantic, monstrous creatures out there, as if it is nothing, basically. So he is one of the strongest anime characters to exist.
Okay.
And with Death Note, that's an example. You have Ryu, that's the god of death that beholds the Death Note. When you touch it...
Is he the main character?
Light Yagami is the main character of Death Note, which is also one of the most popular...
Don't tell me it's this good-looking guy.
Yes.
Oh, he's the bad guy.
He is evil.
He is evil. Okay.
And the good guy is the person who tries to defeat him. And that's L.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna spoil anything. And then you have, like I said, Ryuk. And that's the one, like, pretty much the buddy of Light Yagami. So they both behold the Death Note. It's pretty much a notebook, like I said, that can destroy or kill human beings.
Okay.
Very cool. This is Black Clover. This is not what you'll expect. Here.
Knowing the piano. Popish.
Such a cool soundtrack.
All right, quite different. Also,
Yeah.
totally different type of soundtrack. It's much more, I guess, popish. You would say.
Yeah.
A lot of also rhythmically that staccato going on, and then a sort of more of a legato sound.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
and all black and white,
Black
so
and
no
white, yeah.
colors.
But I knew that you would mention something about the opening.
Yeah, the
because-
opening, I thought,
Great
yes, the
sound.
piano. I thought just piano music, but no.
And then it gets upbeat.
And then it gets quite a beat,
But
but
there's-
not too a beat.
No.
It's all pretty much, in a framework, controlled.
But the harmonization and the melody line from in this is beautiful in my opinion because it's so different and it variates the entire time, like a switch up. So I like this one at least. And here we go with Jujutsu Kaisen or Kaisen. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
This is also so cool. This anime is trippy. And the beer. The animation is so cool.
Yeah.
It's different. So much musical flavor. So
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah, I
good.
mean there's a lot of going on in terms of visuals also. I like this visual too.
good. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's just like it's amazing. I mean, it's like painting, like picture frames.
Yeah,
It's,
pretty much. I haven't watched this anime yet, but you can imagine just by watching the opening that you may open your eyes and think like, pretty curious. I would like to watch the anime. because of the opening, because it looks so interesting. At least that's what is with me and with a lot of people who are like first starting watching anime. Once you get into that realm and that world, it's kind of hard to get out of it because it's so fun, because there's so much fantasy in the animation, and you can enrich your mind and kind of create like pretty much unlock forms of creativity.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sort of dizzy, to say the truth.
Oh,
because
I understand.
I started off with all this, and now it's just seeing one after the other.
That's true.
It's like,
I may
that maybe it was a little bit too much for me.
As a first time, I understand.
As a first time, because it's just too much information. Too much.
I get
too much
it.
information into my sensitive head.
As a first time checking this out, I totally understand. This is the last one, and this does not contain any visuals.
It's only music.
It's only music, but it's so popular that I need your reaction on this. Also one of the dopest animes out there, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Alright. So from here on, right?
Right.
Come on, that sounds amazing. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean it's an overture, so it's sort of like the taste of the whole thing, of the music. So you've got, I mean, it's just a whole orchestration going on here again, but all with the saxophone playing sort of a jazzy sort of tune. It seems like some improv there in the middle.
Yep.
And then the piano music, and then the strings coming in again. Tremendous amount of instruments.
Yep.
Intertwined, playing together, and it sort of took me back, strangely enough, to like 007 sort of James Bondish
Kind of, yeah.
openings, but at the same time with a little bit of Love Boat, which is a really old series. If you're listening to this, you're probably saying, no, don't say that. Love Boat has nothing to do with Love Boat, but for some reason it took me there.
I see.
But great music, for sure. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So, if you would have picked like a favorite one.
No, don't do this to me.
I always ask a question like this. Also,
you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say this. After the fourth, I sort of
lost. Course,
I
obvious.
Zoomed out, and so the first ones were the ones that stayed with me, and I would say I like the second.
Okay.
I like the second most of all in terms of music, I think.
I see, yeah, interesting.
And I liked, in terms of the visuals, was the one that I told you that I suddenly, I had time to look at the visuals, because the music was also it wasn't interfering as much as the other ones were interfering. Because if the music is very strong, it takes away the visuals for me, sort of fade away a little bit to the background, and that's what I normally have.
Understand.
So that would be my choice. Maybe if I watch this again a second time, that I would change.
I see. But just like working out, it's basically a progress. You'll just take like baby steps and then proceed.
Work in progress.
Work in progress, right? But as a first time checking this out, though, pretty interesting, right?
It is definitely. It definitely is interesting. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
I just feel like I don't know. I'm a little frustrated because it was just too much for me to absorb.
I see. All right, understandable. Anyways, that was my mom's reaction to anime openings. If you guys enjoyed this reaction video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you guys like me and my content, please subscribe. Become a Desanian today because your boy does post consistently. Here's another video for you to check out. Rest in peace to the homie Etika. Dragon Boys forever. My name is Desanian, that's my mom, and what we will say to you is bye.